Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive deep into the sometimes murky waters of corporate filings. Today, we're cracking open Intrusion Inc.'s latest 10K, their annual report, and trust me, with a name like that, you can bet there's some drama lurking beneath the surface of those numbers. I mean, intrusion, are they fighting against hackers or their own financials? Let's find out. This report paints a picture of a company in transition, caught between its past in government contracts and its future in the competitive cybersecurity market. Revenue is inching up, but they are still operating at a loss, so they need to find growth if they want to turn things around. Intrusion, based in Plano, Texas, has been around since 1983, but they're trying to reinvent themselves. They've spent years building a threat intelligence database, working mostly with government agencies, and are now trying to sell that data in cybersecurity products to everyone. Their big bet is on Intrusion Shield, a security solution designed to block dangerous network connections. It's a zero-trust system, meaning it doesn't automatically trust anyone or anything inside or outside the network, which is a buzzword right now. But what's unique is that Intrusion combines this approach with its massive database of known bad IP addresses to block malicious traffic. They also have TraceCop, their internet intelligence tool, which might be the most valuable thing they have. The tool is a vast collection of data about IP addresses, which helps identify suspicious network activity. Think of it as having a detective that knows the history of pretty much every computer online. Now, the cybersecurity market is crowded. They compete with big names like Darktrace, Trellix, and Recorded Futures. But Intrusion believes their Intrusion Shield product line is unique because of their threat-enriched database, giving them an edge. I mean, they have been collecting this data for over 20 years, so replicating it would be pretty hard for a competitor. Here's a big piece of the story: sales to the US government made up nearly 84% of their revenue in 2024, compared to only 46% the year before. They are reliant on a handful of government clients, and a dip in the government spigot would be damaging for them. Let's peek at the risk factors section to see what keeps management up at night. This is the spot where companies have to lay out everything that could go wrong. First on their list, they need to increase revenue in order to keep the lights on and fund their plans. For 2024, the company had a net loss of $7.8 million and had accumulated a deficit of around $118 million. Their Intrusion Shield products may take a while to catch on, which will impact future revenues and results of operations. Then there are regulatory limitations that may affect their ability to get future financing, but not too much to worry about. Here's the second biggie: their current revenues depend on one family of solutions with a limited number of customers, and that's TraceCop. And we know that if you have the vast majority of eggs in one basket, you better protect the basket. There's also no guarantee that the company will be successful in expanding the marketing and sale of the Intrusion Shield. And a large percentage of their current revenues come from the US government, and losing these customers would have a material impact on their revenues. That reliance on government contracts is a double-edged sword because those contracts can disappear or get renegotiated. A large percentage of their revenues are received from US government entities through indirect sales channels, so if they aren't as good, they could materially affect the company's operations. Finally, it could harm their reputation in the cybersecurity industry if Intrusion Shield doesn't meet customer needs or to achieve market acceptance. Now let's dial into the financial results. Here's a look at the top-line numbers. Revenue for 2024 totaled $5.8 million, an increase of $0.2 million from 2023. Net loss for the period was approximately $7.8 million compared to a net loss of $13.9 million in 2023. The company also had to manage their interest expenses. The interest expense for 2024 was $328,000 compared to $958,000 in 2023, which represents a huge improvement, caused mainly by the company's aggressive efforts to reduce its debt. During 2024, the company converted $9.5 million in Streeterville debt to Series A preferred stock, which gave them some breathing room to turn their business around. Regarding cash flows for the year ended December 31, 2024, net cash used in operating activities was $6.30 million, while net cash used in investing activities was $1.80 million, and net cash provided by financing activities was $12.8 million. In other words, they still burned cash but were able to raise even more cash. As of December 31, 2024, they had about $4.9 million in cash. For the year ended 2024, net cash provided by financing activities was $12.8 million, coming mostly from sales of common stock. They have to be very careful here. Burning cash and being in a poor negotiating position isn't a great start for a business. The company needs to keep funding its operations, so they filed a shelf registration to sell up to $50 million of common stock, if needed. This essentially enables them to sell shares over time, but can also dilute the stock if they sell too much, but at the moment they need the funds for the turnaround. The company also has a standby equity purchase agreement, or SEPA, with Streeterville Capital for up to $10 million. This agreement gives Intrusion the option to sell shares to Streeterville, but at a discount which isn't ideal. Finally, some things about their debt. In March 2024, the company exchanged $9.3 million in debt for shares of Series A preferred stock, and as of 2025, the company is negotiating to potentially redeem the notes payable to Streeterville. Now let's dive into some key accounting policies, the capitalization of software development, how they recognize revenue, and their process for handling credit losses. All companies have estimates based on future expectations, but they can always differ from reality. Regarding capitalizing software development, they follow accounting rules to only include costs in the product development that occurs during the application development stage. Intrusion recognizes revenue when they deliver their products, like software subscriptions or consulting services, while allocating revenue in an arrangement using estimated selling prices of the delivered goods. They also have a process for handling credit losses that could occur and maintain allowances for estimated losses resulting from the inability of our customers to make the required payments. Now let's dive into the controls and procedures section. This part covers how the company makes sure its financial information is accurate. Basically, the CEO and CFO say their system for reporting information is working well. The company's management is responsible for establishing and maintaining adequate internal control over financial reporting. As of December 31, 2024, the company's management concluded that internal control over financial reporting was effective as of December 31, 2024. The company's directors and employees, including executive officers, are required to abide by the company's code of business conduct and ethics. There were no recovery analysis of incentive-based compensation received by any of the registrant's executive officers. Lastly, the CEO and CFO have to personally sign off, certifying that the report doesn't contain any untrue statement of a material fact. So, what's the verdict on Intrusion? This is a company at a crossroads, and the key to Intrusion's success hinges on breaking away from the constraints of government contracts, proving that their technology can win over the wider commercial market. TraceCop is their golden goose, but for long-term growth, Intrusion Shield needs to take center stage. The risks are real, but they are trying to fix them. All in all, Intrusion presents an interesting high-risk, high-reward opportunity, so it's not for the faint of heart, but if their turnaround pans out, it could be a home run. Thanks for watching. If you found this corporate deep dive interesting, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps a lot. See you next time.